Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, Microsoft MVP and founder of PolicyPak Software, and in this video, we're going to learn how to keep the remote desktop MSI upgraded. So in the previous video, this machine here represents my laptop. Maybe it's a Surface Pro or maybe it's a desktop, whatever, that's fine. This is a machine that we're going to use to connect using WVD's client called Remote Desktop. Now, the very first time I ran it here, in fact, let me go ahead and show you here. If I run Remote Desktop, it works fine. We saw that I was able to get access to some of my applications, but look, it says, hey, there's a new version available. Click here to install. Now, I'm logged on as a standard user, and when you go ahead and click next, next through this, you're going to get prompted for UAC prompt, which is not good. Said another way, standard users have no way to upgrade this themselves, even when there's an update to be had. But using PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager, this becomes very easy to do. Now, in a previous video, you saw me install the PolicyPak moving part called the client-side extension on the endpoint over here. The endpoint meaning my real laptop that's going to be connecting to WVD. Okay, I also have the PolicyPak client-side extension inside my WVD virtual machines as well, but that's actually not really involved here. The other thing I have to get this demo going is I have a copy of the remote desktop.msi. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager rule that says, hey, whenever a standard user needs to, have them automatically elevate that so that way they can do this themselves. So I'm going to do this for my entire sales team, and I can do this on the user or the computer side. So I'm going to do this, say, on my eSales user side. So whenever any of my eSales users log on, I'm going to create a GPO that says, let standard users update their own WVD client. Okay, so I'm going to right click over here and click edit here. And remember, this is my on-prem domain controller, although it doesn't have to be a domain controller. This could be just any machine that has the GPMC installed on it. When you do that, you have the PolicyPak node here. Okay, and the PolicyPak node is what gives you the ability to create PolicyPak directives. So what we'll do here at this point is hustle on down to the Least Privilege Manager node. This is what gives us the ability to bypass and overcome UAC prompts. And I'm going to add a new, this is a Windows installer policy. So I'll create a new Windows installer policy here. And I'm going to create what's called a combo rule. Combo rule is very secure. We're going to say, hey, if it's signed by Microsoft and the product info, the internal product info matches certain characteristics, then it's clear for takeoff. So I'm going to select that Windows installer. Now remember, I pre-downloaded it before I got started here. And it says, do you want to fill the values in? So you can see it's signed by Microsoft and the internal product info has the following items. We want to make this equals or higher than or equals. So the idea is that if whenever any new version comes out, we're just clear for takeoff. So if a higher version comes out of this, we're off to the races. So go ahead and click next. We're going to run the installer with elevated privileges, not the application itself, just the installer. So we're going to go ahead and let this thing do its thing and go ahead and click finish. That's all there is to it. We'll go back over to our real machine here and we'll run GP update. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll give this a second to catch up. And then again, this is just getting the group policy object from the domain controller, hitting my real machine, and then we're going to see some magic happen. All right, that's all there is to it. So now if we were to go back to our Windows Virtual Desktop launcher application, the one that Microsoft supplies, Remote Desktop, okay, we'll still get the ability to, there's a new version available, click here to install. Again, now we're just a standard user, and hey, we're off to the races just like that. No more UAC prompt, it just installs, and no brain power involved. The user does not need to be a local admin or anything like that. They're just off to the races. And that's it. A user has, let me go ahead and relaunch it just for fun. The user has then actually successfully completed the goal of keeping their own remote desktop up to date, and just like that. All right, hope this video helps you out, and continue onward to the next video.